Hello, 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 you guys. So our intro today is going to be we're going to pick a question together, and I got these wonderful stickers yesterday for my birthday. So we're gonna pull a couple stickers out to pick from for our pick a card. Right here, I don't know. I was drawn to this deck today, and it's called Heal Yourself Reading Cards. I really love it because it's one I got when I was doing, I got it last summer. Yeah, I got it last summer when I was doing a lot of shadow work for myself. And so we're going to use those, but they're all the same background. So this might be something you need to look at that you need to heal. And I'm actually going to look at the guidebook because the guidebook's really good. So I am going to be directly pulling from that guidebook on this because even though I can look at the card and give you a message from it, but the guidebook is so good. So let's get 3 cards to put down, and then we'll get our, pile 1, that's pile 1. And a card for pile 2. So this is going to be kind of a little longer intro because we are also going to be pulling our question that we're going to use today as well out of there. Okay, pile 2. And one more for pile 3, please. I don't know, I just felt like doing it this way. Sometimes, it's what I'm called to do, and I had this whole thing come up in my head, so I kind of follow that. All right, pile 3. So we have our 3 piles here. I think I'm going to pull the stickers next. And then, sorry about that. After I pull the stickers, okay, let's see. I'll pull the stickers like this. This is pile 1. Let's see what you guys have. Milk. Oh. Pile 2. What are you guys gonna get? Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys. Okay, this one wants to come out. Oh, it says be kind. I love it. Okay. And then pile 3. Let's get yours. Okay. You have a surfing dog. Okay, those are darling. I like. Okay, let's get our question. These are question cards. Let's see. What question are we going to be asking today? What are we looking into? Okay. How can I prepare for my next phase? Nice. I like that. That's a good question. So we have our stickers. We have our question, which is really nice. How can I prepare for the next stage? So there's our piles. We have the milk, the bee, and the surfing dog. Okay, so let's get started. See you guys in a little bit. Thanks for being here. Hello, pile 1. So you guys chose the milk. I don't know if you guys watched the intro or not, but the milk card came out, and our question we pulled was, how can I prepare for my next phase? What I'm going to do is do a 5-card reading, and we're going to look at you, your current path, and your potential. And then in your current path, we're going to look at what's something you might know and something unknown. So when you know things, okay, you already know this. This is, okay, so I know this, so I know this is on my path, but something maybe you haven't seen, something that, you're like, oh yeah, or you're not seeing it, maybe sometimes, because I talked about these being, the cards I worked with when I was doing, I'll put this up here. These cards that I picked are the cards that I worked with like last year to do shadow work, and they're called Heal Yourself. So you have alchemy. And so with this alchemy card, it really reminds me of the magician. So going into that whole creating and building yourself. But like I said earlier, I wanted to, when it comes to when it comes to these cards, I was going to read some from the book because it's so good. It has such good information. It says, the path you are on is about to go through a very powerful transformation. Nothing is how it seems. You have an opportunity to take a big leap into your level of consciousness. It's extremely important that you focus on letting go of negativity and beliefs that no longer serve you. There's more in there, but I'm just saying, yeah, getting just like the gist of the card. And like I say, well, more because it, even though I talked about the magician, and that is using alchemy and stepping into transforming yourself and also manifesting things that you want, but it's also remnant of the death card of going through a transformation and a really big change. So yeah, that's, let's see if this card matches up with your cards. Okay, so first we're going to be looking at you, your current path and your potential, and then again, like I said, those knowns and unknowns that are going to come up. So okay, you, Wheel of Fortune, yeah, things are changing. Nice. Yeah, that matches up for sure. Okay, and then other cards I'm going to put face down, and then we're gonna chat. There is your current path. Next is your potential, and then okay, your potential, and then we're going to get 2 cards to go underneath your current path of knowns and unknowns. So I'm just over here shuffling and going. And of course, I'm probably going to pull my things up because I probably could pull the iPad up some so I can get a higher view. I'll do that in a second. Remember, these messages are general, so take what works and let the rest flow. You know, it could. We have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles on the bottom, so that's I love this Queen of Pentacles. She's very like, she's in her element. She's kind of she has this very stern face, but it's very regal. I do like that Queen of Pentacles face on in this deck. Okay, so I was going higher up so we can get a higher view. Okay, we still have our alchemy there, and we'll just put these on top when we need them. Okay, so like we said, this is you, the Wheel of Fortune. You're going through a transformation. I'm sorry, that's the light coming in my window right there. So you are currently going through a transformation. You're going through this change. You know, the wheel in your life is turning, and it could be, if you look at that wheel, it's so many different things. It could be your health, it could be, you know, education, because I'm noticing the book, and you have the house, changing houses, moving, in love, with money, you know, career, all of that's in there. So you know there's a change coming, and the wheel is turning on something in your life. So remember, it's whatever you see, what maybe what you were asking about. You're like, if you're preparing for something, say you're preparing like the moving house, you already know, you know, okay, I'm moving houses, so how do I prepare for that? Then you know this is going to be a transformation for moving house, right? All right. So next is your current path, which we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, I like it because your current path is saying that the Knight of he when it comes to knights, he is my, even though he's slow, yes, he's the slowest moving knight, he is my favorite because he is very grounded, and he takes his time, and he's organized, and he's stable, and he's dependable. So, and that's that Virgo energy too. So that is your current path. Your path is to take your time on this, you know, making sure you're checking all the boxes, making sure everything's in order. And that's what they're telling you to do. Let's go ahead and pull these down here. I don't know why, but I felt that those need to come up next, because those are the known is you are in this, also in this Queen of Wands energy too. Even though your path is to, you know, move in this way, I think it's the current path with that, you know, I don't think that's an actual person. I think that's what the universe is asking you how to move, is to move like that, move like the Knight of Pentacles, okay? And like I said, he's very dependable. He takes his time. He, you know, he makes sure everything is in order. So, but what you know is Queen of Wands. You know you have this passion, you have this desire to move in a certain direction. You know what you want to work on. You know, um, you have your confidence in it. You know this, and so I think this is you. So that you could have like, you could have, you know, you could be an Aries or have Aries somewhere in your big three, or a fire, so a lot of fire in your sign, because, you know, I think she deals with just having that confidence and that fire. She brings out that, but she also can be she's very loving and wanting to step forward in her desires and her passion, and also spiritual growth, especially with that dragon there, you know, and you can kind of see out of his nose, he doesn't have, it's kind of smoky, it's not flamey, and it's like, you know, I'm not, you know, trying to come out here and blow up things with my fire. You know, I just want to use some of that passion that I have, some of that spiritual growth that I've been given to walk this path. So this is the known, you know this. Your unknown is Three Cups. Is, yes, this is going to happen. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to it's going to move you into energy of being able to connect with people and to celebrate and to enjoy life more. Whatever you're moving towards. So if you're moving towards like a new job, say, you're going to start connecting with people around you more. You're moving to a new city. So if we go back to that moving, if you're moving, so you're going into a place where you're going to be able to connect with more people, like-minded people, especially if we go on that spiritual route too, with this Queen of Wands, stepping into your confidence is going to bring in people that are like-minded as you, and you guys, you know, you guys are on the same footing. So it's not like you're in competition with each other or being judgmental of each other, but you're celebrating each other and you're seeing each other as equals as well. And it's that beautiful three energy, building of three. And so our last card, your potential is going to be the Ace of Swords. Nice. It's so, yes, as you go through this transformation, as you are planning, because that Knight plans as well, as you are planning and building having your confidence and setting yourself up for things, you are going to start seeing a lot more truths, and you're going to have this really new start. Your new start is going to be beautiful because it's not going to be based on fear or judgment. It's going to be based on facts and based on truth and based on knowledge and based on a higher thinking as well, because it's you kind of see that this Ace of Sword, she's like looking up, and those swords could be all about our thoughts as well, and you know, they can be our defense as well, but rising up and looking up and getting a lot more information, a lot more power, and a lot more just higher thought process coming into you. It also could be you opening up, you know, opening up new channels for yourself, whatever you're into. So I don't know why I was getting like, you know, healing, alternative healing, like Reiki or some kind of energy healing, like opening that up and really honing that in. So really getting some of that. And with this Ace of Swords, it's like you're going through this transformation, and once you go through the planning and learning and becoming stable in some areas in your life, you're going to have this beautiful new start, and it's going to be within yourself or within things around you, and that's a beautiful thing. And then one thing you don't see is that you might be partner up with other people and connecting with other people when it comes to this as well. Okay, that's what that Three of Cups. That Three of Cups is beautiful. I love that. This is actually awesome, you guys. Your next phase is beautiful, especially with that alchemy. Yeah, it's building something magical and beautiful. So you guys have a nice next phase coming up, and maybe this part might be hard because sometimes when that will changes, we shake up and things are kind of messy, and then, as that will finally gets to where it needs to go, you finally see your footing and your grounding. So, yeah, you might be like, no, things are not great. Everything's messing. Well, yes, your wheel hasn't stopped spinning. It's still spinning, and it needs to stop on its situation. And again, to the perfect timing. All right. Pile one. I love this reading. That was so much fun. You guys have a wonderful path forward. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for being here. You guys have a great day. Bye. Hello, hello, hello. Pile two. So you guys, if you were at the beginning, you guys chose this fun, be kind little bee. It's cute. I like it. I thought that it looks like an L to me, but I'm thinking it's supposed to be a bee. So this is how can I prepare for my next phase. And the cards that I am, put this right there. The card that we have right here is from Procrastination 8. Oh, so this is from, what is it called? This Heal Yourself. I didn't know if you watched the beginning, I was talking about this, that I was wanting to read from the guidebook, because this is a book I used last summer to do shadow work. So some of you guys are procrastinating. It says you need to change your tune and stop putting things off to tomorrow that you can do today. You are being called to action. Ooh. There have been important tasks that you have delayed, even if it's something that you don't want to do, like cleaning the house, paying the bills, looking for a job, losing weight, doing your taxes, studying. Now is the time to take responsibility and move forward. The point of power is always in the present. This card is showing you that there is an urgency for you to take action. So what do you guys need to be taking action on? So I think this is if I'm looking at your path, how your next phase is something to do with something that you've been putting off. What have you been putting off? Oof. I don't know. Let's look, okay? We're going to, let me put that up there. We're going to look at you, currently you. Maybe it's going to tell us that maybe something within the first card will tell us, but it could be in the second card, which is my action card, which you're supposed to be taking action. So maybe that's where you're going to be taking action. It says that's going to be your current path and then your potential. So if you start taking action, that potential. But underneath that current path where we have that action, we are going to be looking at what you know, something that you know you should be doing, and something maybe an unknown that you kind of, it's you haven't seen it. You didn't know you needed to do that, but now you will. Okay. OMG. This card has flipped out twice out of my shuffle, so it wants to go first. You, currently. To me, the Four of Wands is beautiful. It's all about foundations. It's all about, that joyous celebration for doing things. So, but because it's a four, it also reminds me when I come to the fours can sometimes get stagnant and in their foundation and stuck in things. And so this could be you're stuck in something that no longer serves you. Okay, this is you, because it's saying you're procrastinating in it. So that's a four. So what part of your life, with that four, what part of your foundation can you look at and say, okay, what is it that I've been holding back or not doing that is in my foundation that's no longer works. Okay, because it's something there. And nothing's wrong with having a foundation, having stability, because this is stability. This is it seems joyful, but something isn't right, or something needs to be done in it to make it better, you know, because you're being asked, or something in your world everything's okay, but there's other things around you that needs to be done, and that you've been putting them off. Okay, for your path. Okay, so let's look at your current path, since the cards are being thrown at me. Since you're throwing cards, can you give me my second card, please? Thank you. Oh, it gave me, oh my goodness, it's so nice. Look at that. It's like, oh, I'll give you some cards. Can I get, for our current path, can we get something that they know they need to work on, and something they maybe haven't seen that they need to work on, please? Okay, that was easy. And something they may not be seeing that they need to work on, please. I'm just over here shuffling. Since I'm shuffling, remember that these messages are general, so take what works and let the rest flow. At the very bottom, I decided to look. I don't know why. It's we have the Five of Swords. So you could be, by procrastinating yourself, you're kind of, I did all of, I know this could be multiple things, but the first thing I heard was self-sabotage. So because you're procrastinating, it's like you're putting off what you need to do. Maybe it's not, I don't know why I'm not drawn to the guy in the forefront. I'm drawn to this person over here in all this yellow. They're looking away. They don't want to face, they don't want to face the battle. They don't want to face some conflict. They don't want to face change. It's like not wanting to face it. Okay? All right, so let's look at your current path, because we've been over you. We know what you are going. And so your current path, the world, you are at this, you're at an ending. Something needs to end, and your current path is trying to, I feel like you're trying to go into another cycle. You're trying to move out of something, and things, I feel like things are ready to move forward and go forward for you. But again, those things at the bottom, something that you're procrastinating, something that you are not doing, needs to move. And with that world card being there, knowing that that's a major lesson, and knowing the universe so well, it on top of that world, there could be sometimes if you don't do it, the universe will push, and that push is the Tower, or that push is the Death card, and it comes in, and it makes it happen, and maybe a way you don't want it to happen, whereas you can do it yourself if you just do it. Okay, so what maybe this is what you need to do. You need to make a choice. You need to get past the illusions, things that are pie in the sky. I don't know why I'm saying that, but the things that are pie in the sky, things that are illusion, and really choose what you want. What do you want? I think it's, I don't know why I'm hearing like manifesting, and maybe you have manifested things, but it wasn't, maybe it was pie in the sky, and getting realistic of what you want, and manifesting that, and asking the universe for that, and maybe just sitting there thinking for a little bit with it, and then after you sit there with it for a while, writing it down, and then after you write it down, looking at it and reading it and saying, okay, is this what I want? And then you start taking action towards that what you want. So if I'm just going to say, you have all these choices of what you want to do. Okay, one of them was, okay, I think I want to go back to school and, focus on this so I can get my, I don't know, I'm going to say my teaching degree. And I think I do want to teach. And so then so you put that into action. And so what do you need to do? So the next step you would do is, okay, look at your financial stuff. Look at if you're going to be looking at scholarships or looking at grants or looking at loans for that, and then looking at schools, and then picking a school and seeing what fits with your schedule. Okay, those are calls to action. Those are choices. Those are after you've put it out there to the universe, and saying, I want to do this. I do want to go back to school, okay, but the money's funny, and I don't know what to do about that part. Okay, you put it out there to the universe. So then, the money's funny, so you still do action stuff where you're looking at places that you can go and just comparing prices. That's still putting things into action. And then the universe will do the part of, oh, okay, I found out I can get this grant at this school for school. Things like that start happening because the universe is working behind you. But you have to do actions of these other little things too. I don't know why that came, but I don't know. I was looking. And then you got another major arcana here. I like how my voice just went, you have another major arcana here. This is your unknown. And this is the Hierophant. It's interesting. I went into, I was talking about schools, and the Hierophant shows up because, yes, he deals with, higher knowledge and learning as well. But it also deals with institutions that we are in. And so, yeah, the unknown is turning to an institute. Maybe this unknown is turning to some type of institution, turning to some type of making some type of choice of, I'm getting institution, turning to an institution that you want to guide you, to be a guide for you, because that's what the Hierophant is. And those comes in. So again, but some of you, this is this is making a choice on being comfortable in the job you're at, and you are already higher up in that job, but making a choice about this job being a job change. That's what some of you. And some of you I'm getting also, because this is a marriage card as well, this 4, and then we have this as another marriage card. Like, what do you want from this? What do you want from, your marriage or relationship as well? So some of you, and because it's changing with that world. Yeah, so some of you, yes, it is shaking up your foundation when it comes to your work. But others, it's that institution of marriage, because that's an institution too. Yeah, and that is screaming loud and clear. Interesting. And I have another 5. So remember I showed you that 5 of Swords. All right. And then our last card is your potential Ace of Wands. Okay. So you see the swirl. Once you get through doing this stuff, whatever your stuff is, because it's your stuff, not mine. And so you'll know what choices you need to make. You know what institution or higher purpose that you're supposed to be looking at. You will know, not me. I'm just telling you what's coming up. And you have to click the other parts yourself. And so once you do these, you get past this world, and you do start at 1 again. We end, and we always, our lives are always in cycles. So you go through one part of your life, and you get through that, and then you start again. And this one's going to be something that's going to be very, I feel it's, wands do give me that passion and desire, but I felt this is more, I don't know why I felt it's more spiritual, because I was drawn to the hand. If you can kind of see the hand, there is these lights that are shining, very shiny. So it's like going up a level in your spirituality and learning, especially with this, if you're supposed to be getting a guide or being guided in a certain way, and you start doing that, and or someone's going to come in and help you as well, or some kind of practice or some kind of program that you get, and that's going to help you. And that program can be like a, online program that you end up taking, and it elevates you, or grabbing a book, because writers are also teachers as well. They have that higher font energy as well. So reading a book that's going to elevate you and get you started on a new spiritual path, but it's something that you're going to be passionate about, something that you're going to want. Okay. And so it's saying to start doing it. Do not procrastinate. And I love that. Be kind, because it's like, okay, now I'm making you feel a certain way, because you're like, yeah, I have been procrastinating. But I was reminded to be kind to yourself during this. Yes, we all procrastinate. We all put things back to the side for later, but be kind to yourself. Okay. Thank you so much, Pile 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I did. I think it was wonderful. And you guys have a wonderful path ahead of you. Have a great day. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. So we are looking at how I can prepare for my next phase. We picked our stickers earlier in the intro video, and we also picked our questions. So we're going to be doing a 5-card spread, and that 5-card is going to be like you, your current path, because for that next phase of your life and your potential. But underneath that current path, we're going to look at the known and unknown, like something that you already know. You're like, yeah, I know that part, and I'm working on that part. That's good. That's good validation for me. And then underneath that is the unknown, something maybe you haven't seen, and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't think of that before. Okay, I can use that. So we'll see what comes up. So you guys picked this very cute surfing corgi dog on here. It's fun. And then I enjoy these cards. These I was talking about earlier in the intro video as well. This comes from Heal Yourself reading cards. I got these last year when I was doing shadow work. I'm telling every group that, because it's something that maybe we're needing to look at, and it's Phoenix Rising, beautiful. I love that, and I was drawn to 32, so we have 32, but I was thinking, I added those together, and I was thinking 5, and with Phoenix Rising, I was thinking of change, because that 5 is, it can be conflict, but it's also about change and transformation, like getting so much knowledge to look at. Or, oh my God, I'm not supposed to be, oh yeah, I said with these two that I was going to read something out of the book, because the book is really good. I really like the information in it, okay? With this Phoenix Rising, it says, everything in your life is falling apart in order for you to rise from the ashes with renewed strength. This is not a time to create, but a time to sweep away anything that has not worked out in your life. The reason so many things are breaking down and not going your way is because the old cycle of your life is completing. You may feel that you are walking through the fires of life right now in order to be cleansed and purified for your rebirth. Soon you will not recognize yourself. You will be reclaiming your spirit. The interesting thing I will tell you guys, since you are my last pile, is that I think every single pile are going, I guess because it fits the question, how can I prepare for the next phase? Every pile is going through some kind of transformation, and every pile showed up with transformation energy. So, and I guess it truly actually fits the question. So I'm going to pull these up and start pulling your cards, and shuffle a little bit more. All right, so we are looking at pile 3, you guys. Remember, these are general, so take what works, and if it doesn't fit you, just let it flow and let it go. Okay, I like that. Let it flow, let it go. All right, so show me pile 3. Queen of Pentacles energy. So you could totally be an earth sign, but that is the card for Capricorn. So you can be Capricorn, or you could be just an earth sign in general, okay? We have your current path. We have your potential, and I need to shuffle some more to get your known and your unknown. I have a card for pile 3 for the known and unknown, please. Thank you. Okay. That's too many. I just want 2, please. Okay, that's your known. And 1 more for your unknown. All right. I don't know. That might want to flip. It was turning. I can say that when I got that card, it was turning on me. So, I don't know. We'll see. But so you currently right now, also with this, sometimes because I'm using the Rider-Waite deck and I was called to use this for you guys, the Queen of Pentacles, she looks more, as you can, she's very stable, very nurturing, stable. She's also a healer. She has that healing, very healing energy, probably like a healing aura. But she also goes back and she really tries to reflect and look at things in the past as she's looking in the past. Not all decks she's looking in the past. It depends on the deck. So, but I'm feeling with this is that she's really good at evaluating things that had happened and really trying to grow and bloom from those. Okay, and just have that healing spirit of it. Okay, so your current path. Let's look at your current path. This is your new phase. Knight of Swords. As you can, interesting. Everything's going backwards. So it's something I really feel like it's stuff from your really clearing out your past, especially with this Knight of Swords. I don't think, and to me, these energies of the court card showing up for you, I'm really not feeling that these are other people when they come up with this new phase. I think it's more you taking on this energy with this Knight of Swords, is to go through battles and cut through things and see the truth and, even speak your truth, or even clearing out things from your mind, because the swords are also things that go through the mind. And as you can kind of see, he's racing through here and cutting through these clouds, like things that clouded your vision in the past, and going toward, still being nurturing, still having that queen energy, but using this knight to do the stuff. It's pretty much your action, because it's your current path, and it's how you're preparing for the next phase. It's cutting through things that are not serving you, things that are clouding your vision, really moving through things, and especially things from the past that you might have put up for yourself, like certain walls or certain what is the word that's trying to come out of my mouth? Certain, like, it's you set certain goals for yourself, like expectations. There we go. You have certain expectations for yourself, and you're cutting those down, saying, okay, you know what, I need to stop being, such a certain way. I need to cut this out. I don't have to be like this. I don't have to be so, when you're in that, because I do feel like the Queen of Pentacles is you, and you can kind of see that Knight is trying to cut through that. I don't have to be so, if you think of an earth sign, so stubborn, because earth signs are very stubborn. When I think of Capricorn, when I think of Taurus, they are very stubborn. I don't have to be so stubborn in my ways of thinking. And that is what this Knight of Swords is coming to do. Like, cutting through that. Like, I can be more airy in my thinking. I can let things flow a little more like air, and not be so, hard, and everything has to be so just set in stone, kind of like that earth sign. All right, so let's look at the known, what you know about yourself. Maybe we have this seven of wands. So you're always putting up your guard. You're always thinking you have to have the higher ground, or you're always having to fight, and you know this, and you feel this. And there's nothing wrong with having the higher ground, or but it gets tiresome. If you think of the cards that come after it, it's stuff, you have that 8 and things move so quickly, and then you have that 9 where you're like, oh my gosh, I've built this wall and I'm so tired, and then you're at this 10 where it becomes a burden. So think about that 7, and think about how it is really, you know, you're always fighting to, stay on top of things. You're always fighting for things to be a certain way. And it's like, give yourself a break. It's okay. It reminds me of that corgi. Of just go with the flow and enjoy things. Kind of, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so, you know, bullheaded like that Taurus, or even or Capricorn, where you have to have to be this day, or I have to work so hard, or I have to do this, and that does remind me of Capricorn energy, where you're like, I have to, work, 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 no play, work, work, work. And that corgi is play up there, but that Queen of Pentacles is like work, 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 and it gets tiring. I've that this is the energy that's coming in. An unknown that might help you is the world. Yes, and remember I said I felt like this was turning. Like your world wants to turn. This world card, it was flipping. It flipped, and then when I had it, it went like this, and then it flipped in my hand, and I flipped it back around. So it was trying to change. So it's wanting me to read. It could be up. It wants me to talk about the world and where we let things end. That's that world card. We know we're coming into an ending. We know we've completed something, but that's the positive of it. But because it was flipping, it wants me to look at the negative as well, the negative of the world. And you're like, is there a negative world? Yeah, the negative of it, and kind of which would be reversal, is that you're not letting things end. You're not going with the flow. You don't think you're ready for the next phase as well, because you don't let whatever phase, that new phase that wants to come in, you don't think you're ready, you don't think you're prepared, because you're like, oh no, I need to do this. You have that energy. And so this is why that card was flipping, because it's like you're ready for the next phase, but you don't think you are. Okay, so you're working on both spectrums of the world card. You're working on the really positive side of it, but you're also working on the negative side. So you're working on the light and the shadow of that card. And so kind of bringing in a balance of that, of just accepting. Okay, so let's go to the end and look at your potential. Oh my, we do have a reverse. You know how I just said, so you have a reverse 8 of Cups. You know how I said you don't feel like you're ready with that world? Yeah. Your potential is, I'm going to read this 2 ways. My first way is, your potential is, what's going to happen is you're not going to walk away from what you need to walk away from, because you don't think you're ready. You're not prepared. But I can also say internally, you might, what the next phase in your life is, going within yourself and learning how to walk away from things that don't serve you, and learning how to do that, even if the cups are standing up and they're not broken and they're still full, even though everything looks shiny and good, but knowing inside with your emotions and your feelings, how you feel, knowing within yourself that it's time to walk away from this. It doesn't serve you. And I think that's your next phase and your potential. And I think that's a lot of you, because that world did show up in that. That world's a powerful card. And I think your next potential is, if you're struggling with not walking away, I think you're going to get a lot of lessons in within yourself about learning how to. And that's what's coming out for you guys, okay? So, but at the same time, You're supposed to, that dog, I'm really drawn to that dog, and for this reading I am. The cards are important, but the dog is so important to me. I don't know why, but it's that corgi is like, just enjoy the ride. That's what I'm hearing. Enjoy the ride, and embrace it, enjoy it, and just go with the flow, and just let things happen. Wow. Yeah, just let things happen. Okay. All right, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure doing this reading for you. Guys, I wish you the best on this new phase in your life. Okay. Have a great one. Bye.